After voters cast their ballots for the candidates of their choice, they'll then decide whether or not to modernize the Constitution. From explanatory guides and newspaper ads to radio shows and websites, people are being armed with information to help them decide yes or no.
The referendum is coming upon us, so I'm hoping that persons who intend to vote on May 20th are preparing themselves. The Constitution has available in all of its locations, supermarkets, public libraries, the post offices, copies of the draft Constitution and also our layman's guide explaining the changes that have now been made to our existing Constitution.
The Constitutional Review Secretariat's office also explains everything you need to know about the referendum on Radio Cayman.
We partnered with Talk Today, so Sterling Dwayne Ebanks hosts the show, Suzanne and I are on as his guests, and then the public can call in and interact with us. We thought it was important to do this because a lot of people are not going to digest the whole document just by reading it. And whatever questions they have, they can call into the show, they can ask those questions and get them clarified right then and there. And it also just carries on the oral tradition of the country. And I mean, we're speaking Constitution, and a Constitution is really the measure of past, present, and future. So it's a way of keeping our oral traditions alive as well as educating the public.
The goal is to make sure you understand important issues, such as the protection of rights for children and the environment.
It really reiterates a lot of those things like the right to a child having their name, right to shelter, the fact that they have a right to access education, to be in a healthy state of mind in their body and so forth. And we will see some developments, I think, in our community over the next few years. For example, with the development or the implementation of the children's law, we will see in our judicial system that children have the right to have a guardian ad litem or a child advocate who can actually just represent the interests of the child exclusively. And this could be, for example, in divorce cases and maintenance cases, which is so important here because many times the voice of the child is lost. Coming from that right of the child, you'll see the creation of hopefully a rehabilitative center. The right to the environment is also another unique feature. It's more of a community right because the environment implies that it is not only our aquatic life or flora and fauna, but also in terms of pollution, our right to clean water, our right to preserve our heritage is quite a broad right. And it will be really for us as individuals to be the guardians of protecting that right. It will give government the responsibility of making sure their policies in terms of development and other areas are driven having regard to the environmental rights.
Another addition to the Constitution involves your elected MLAs.
Another milestone of the Constitution is to allow MLAs who do not have representation in Cabinet to attend Cabinet for quarterly meetings. This milestone affords an opportunity to relay the message to Cabinet of their financial needs, their infrastructure needs, maybe their project needs that really need to take place in that district to bring it up to par. It's an opportunity for Cabinet to interact with the legislature on a separate level, not just by taking motions at the floor of the LA, but really bringing the efforts and the opinions and the information of these MLAs to the Cabinet and allow Cabinet to create policies that will effect change in the different districts.
If you missed the constitutional conversations on the radio, you can find out the latest developments on the internet.
The most up-to-date information is always on the website. So currently the explanatory guide is on the website, the new draft Constitution is on there. There's always articles that are being given to us, things that people write in their newspapers, things that people send to the Secretariat directly, they go up on the website. So it gives people an opportunity to get all of the relevant information before they make their decision as to whether they're going to vote yes or no at the referendum. I think the constitutional conversation that we're having in the country now is very prevalent, and I think people are paying attention to it. We're always getting feedback from the public. That's how we measure our success. So we always get feedback from people saying, well, I read your newspaper article. People are always stopping us on the street and saying, I listened to you on the radio. So that lets us know that the public is in tune.
You're urged to pick up a free copy of the explanatory guide or check out the website. Just make sure you do so by the 20th of May.